Welcome back, everyone. An unfamiliar scenario, but we are in the 2-0. The third day, of course, of the main Swiss of Snow Sweet Snow, as we'll be delving into our last game of the day. Endpoint versus ENCE. I'm Ryan Retro Bernard. I'll be your caster for today's game, and I'm very excited to kick things off and see where things go. But as I mentioned, the 2-0 series, whoever wins this will qualify for the playoffs, playing that for that $40,000 first place prize. As we have a look on screen now, there are 4 teams currently in the record of 2-0, Forza and Winstrike, and I do believe they're playing on the B stream right now. But of course, we're home with the international squad ENCE, who are the favourites to win this one, of course, against the UK juggernauts of Endpoint. And of course, whoever loses this will drop down to 2-1 and will meet the likes of Dignitas, Extremum, and of course, Godsent to try and play once again to get themselves a qualification. And that will then propel them into the top 8, I do believe, that do play for the playoffs. Nonetheless, let's get down to business. Let's talk about the lineups, and what better way to kick things off than to look at ENCE. I had the pleasure of casting them yesterday, and we saw Dika absolutely deliver the goods. He played against Lyngby Vikings, of course, and he single-handedly carried the side of ENCE. 90 kills against Lyngby Vikings. It went the full distance. His average 1.15 HLTV. But actually, astoundingly, I do believe that overall in that game that ENCE had played, he had a ridiculous HLTV rating overall, and it was, in fact, a 1.57 for that best of 3. 113 ADR. This man is a monster, and most certainly a menacing force for the ENCE side, mixed in with an AWPer like Arlu, the aggression of Spinks. This roster most certainly will deliver something, but the question is, will it live up to the hype against Endpoint? Of course, the UK-founded organisation, a team that is looking very strong right now in their current moments. We're looking right now, I'd argue, at Flames, who was a man that rocked up to the scene not too long ago, the 17-year-old prodigy, and he's absolutely stomped his way through the competition. 1.16 HLTV rating, a 73.6% cast. This man is a monster, and of course, mixing it in under the Endpoint side, there's so many names in this roster that you look at, and individually, they perform very, very well. And so, we'll have to wait and see how things go. There's not much to say about the teams, but I am going to look a little bit into the vetoes, of course. Endpoint, their usual ban is Nuke, and so we'd expect to see that. ENCE, I'd expect, quite honestly, a Vertigo ban, possibly. I have no clue, and in fact, they ban Inferno. The pick of Train is there. And Overpass being our second map. Of course, Endpoint picking Train. ENCE picking Overpass, and our third map, I mean, it could go either way, and it just will be Vertigo as our final one. I do believe, actually, that this is going to favour Endpoint massively. A 70% win rate on Train. Overpass isn't exactly their strong suit, and in neither really is ENCE's. They've only played one map on it, and of course they did win. The only map that they have dropped is Vertigo out of the 5 that they've played over the last 2 days, and so map 3 is a red flag, in my opinion, for ENCE. They could get it done in 2, but at the same time, Endpoint, 7 out of 10 on Train. They are looking on fire, and so if I had to put my finger on it and make a prediction, I think it is going to go the full 3, but I think Endpoint will win 2-1, simply just based off the vetoes. Of course, ENCE, it'll be very interesting to see how they play on Train. They have played 1 and won 1. Of course, they have played Overpass as well. Vertigo, their only loss. So ENCE have actually played all 3 maps, and this is going to be good for Endpoint. They have some footage to review, and for the other 2 teams that played beforehand, which were Izako Boars and Lyngby Vikings, they aren't going to have that same sort of idea that ENCE provide to the server. And so Endpoint are in a great position. They've rehearsed all 3 maps, most definitely, heading into today's game. They know what ENCE are going to pull off, but the question is, can they dethrone them? ENCE are looking on fire right now. As I mentioned, 5 maps played. They've won 4 of them and lost Vertigo. That third map, as I mentioned, being Vertigo, is the only map that they have dropped. And so, in turn, this could be a very scary game for ENCE. They've got to keep their A game and they've got to keep their cool. But for a team like Endpoint, it's going to be very hard. ENCE could have completely revamped one of their maps. They could have changed the strategies completely. Maybe they didn't show strategies that they had under their belts, in their pockets, that they're going to whip out today against Endpoint. And that really could cause some upset. And so, we'll have to wait and see. And nonetheless, I mean, we're going to jump into the action very, very soon. Endpoint, the way to go. They beat Sangl and Dignitas to get to where they are right now. and that is a statement in itself. To go 3-0 in this region, or rather the main Swiss, is going to be a monumental factor. Of course, ranked 30 in the world, most certainly going to live up to that name. And of course, we'll be jumping into the action shortly. As I mentioned, $40,000 now to fight for in the playoffs. Both teams most certainly going to be aiming towards it, but only one team can make it through today unscathed with a 3-0 lead. Do let us know your predictions in chat. I do believe that the idea, or rather the prediction, is still rolling just for a little while. ENCE versus ENDPOINT. In fact, I think it's just done, and it seems to be 70% of channel points have been placed on ENCE, 30% on ENDPOINT. 29 people with ENCE, 14 with ENDPOINT. Chat saying ENDPOINT all the way. Maybe we'll have to wait and see, of course. I have high hopes for both sides. I do believe that this is going to go the full distance. I think it is going to go to 3 maps. It's just a matter if ENCE can change up their vertigo. But without further ado, we're going to jump into the action now. Map 1 underway. Welcome, everyone, to the Snow Tournament. And what a way to kick things off right here on Train. ENDPOINT on the T side, ENCE on the CT, Dika, kit double flashbang, ENDPOINT opting both Surreal and Mighty Max with their utility. The remaining 3 investing Kevlar into the pistol. As they'll now look to head towards B, all 5 players stacking up towards the B bomb site. Dika has already let loose on 1 flashbang, and so nothing will slow the ENDPOINT side down. Utility going to be thrown, smoke towards deep. It will be a flashbang on over. Dika going to pull the rotation as he taps down. No kill, but damage done. In fact, the Dink has rattled on out. ENDPOINT find themselves the man up early doors as Crucial finds a quick kill. Snappy on top of the bomb site has gunned down Mighty Max, but Flames there with a quick trade leaves ENCE the man down, and Dika down to 13 will be a detriment to this retake. Flames going to slap in those digits once again, and ENDPOINT are now working with 40 seconds, and ENCE are working against it as Arlu swings towards back yellow. He'll be looking for some control as he nails Crucial through the smoke. A big opener that ENCE needed, and most certainly will shift the tide slightly, and Doto flanking from behind. Flames won't expect it. Decapitation is there, and Robin on the back of the bomb site. He's made his way behind, but now it's just Surreal 1 versus 3. Glock in hand, finds the first. Glock spans down the second, and Surreal, he's only got and found 2, but he cannot find the last. Dika is going to slap the defuse kit down, and it will be ENCE to pick up the pistol just marginally. 13 points of health that all was in it. And that is going to be, I would say, a detriment to the ENDPOINT side, but they have got the money to reinvest. Of course, the bomb plant and being on the terrorist side means that they can actually invest nearly as well as that of ENCE, and especially, of course, the bomb plant in the first round will propel them majorly in terms of utility and weaponry compared to that of when you don't. Molotov deep towards ramp, will cut off Flames' rain, at least towards main for the time being. Doto going to take the aggression, MP9 in hand, flashbang goes wide, and Flames, well, he's going to go for the peak, does get the information that there's one there, finds a tag, no conversion. Dika dishing out some damage. Flames drop to 5. And with 1:15 on the clock, ENDPOINT will have to choose their site quite wisely. Plenty of utility. Robin, a full belt, drops a nade, and that's big damage done towards the IV players. The Molotov smoke combo towards Ivy will force the players away. Mighty Max is going to have to try and trade his teammate out as Flames hits the deck. And Dika will be there to support, but Mighty Max taking down Arlu, shutting down the man towards top red, but Surreal with another leaves ENDPOINT the man up. The HP most certainly lying in ENCE's favor, but it's crumbling. The Spinks will find one to try and pick up the pieces, but Crucial's found one more. Snappy in a 1 versus 3. FAMAS in hand, information given away as he swings wide. He will find Crucial. Low HP players remaining on the last 2, but Mighty Max holds his nerve. ENDPOINT bounce back with round number 2. And things are all tied up once again. ENDPOINT 1, ENCE 1. Round 3 up ahead. ENCE going to follow suit to ENDPOINT second. They will invest once again. And they've got a scout and plenty of Desert Eagles to try and dish out the damage. But ENDPOINT, of course, coming off of a round win, will have premium rifles in their pockets. 2 Galils, both in Flames and Crucial's hands. But everyone else, AKs or M4s. A misrun boost, but Snappy, he'll know that there's players there anyway. But will he expect all 3? Smoke going to be deployed to block off vision. Alu going to rattle off a shot through the smoke. Will not connect. And ENDPOINT will make their way on forward. Snappy, on the flip side of the smoke, will be looking for his entryway into this round. The grenade just shy. And the utility will be used towards Ivy, giving ENDPOINT that little bit better control. Deke has found his way towards top blue. The scouts found its mark onto Flames. It's attack but no conversion. So Real Crucial and Mighty Max with 1 apiece, as Flames is going to pick apart Doto. And it's just Spinks remaining. And Robin will give him no entry pass back into this round. ENDPOINT 2, ENCE 1. And things are looking upwards. Of course, for ENDPOINT. For ENCE, they're back onto pistols. They'll have minimal money to invest, and so a full eco might be warranted. Not a penny invested into this round, as we'll have to wait and see. Mighty Max launching the flashbang over early towards A. Spinks is going to take his aggression towards B, and he might just be able to catch off a couple of players. Early utility thrown by ENDPOINT might just block off the push, but Robin, just aggression out towards Zane. He might be able to catch off the first. Deke spy towards Connector. A swing towards Sight, but Crucial's got his back. As Robin will find his first within the round and double up towards Sight. As Alu swings into his crosshair. Spinks is going to find a dink. Mighty Max dropped to 28, but Robin with a trifecta of kills leaves Doto alone, and Flames will finish the job. ENDPOINT 3, ENCE 1. And it's falling in ENDPOINT's favor, but of course now's the time for ENCE to spring back. Every opportunity as they invest in this round. Utility is minimal, but the weaponry is there. And something to note though, Mighty Max has got a Mac 10 and only 4 of the 5 players on ENCE do have Kevlar and helmet, which means this Galil and Mac 10 will shred through the helmets, or the non-existent ones, I guess, of ENCE. As Flames, the flashbang will be his Klaxon to get out towards A, but it's Alu to find first blood. The aggression once again that ENDPOINT are trying to take as Alu doubles up. He's dropped to 10, but still remains within the picture. Mighty Max going to try and pick up the pieces, but Dika's there to find 2. Doto silences Mighty Max, but not before he finds 1. ENCE trailed by 1. And it will be 3-2. ENCE stand their ground, but ENDPOINT's wrath still to come. They've got an AWP on Crucial. Everyone else with AK-47s. And they'll be looking to try and retain that 2-round lead that they just slipped away in round number 5. Crucial towards Ivy. Aggression is the way I'd summarize ENDPOINT right now. They're not afraid to take these gunfights. And against a team like ENCE, you need to bring the fight to them because they are a team that will punish you for every little mistake. There will be some spam. ENDPOINT going to try and look for some pop dog control. But it will be Doto that's holding it down. The Guardian right now, at least. Smoke's deployed out towards A. Snappy, it'll warrant his smoke towards Ivy, and that'll block off heavy vision as 3 ENDPOINT players stack on up. Snappy gonna hold his ground, however, but ENDPOINT hunting for blood. And first blood, in fact, within this round. As we hit the 40-second mark, yet not a single HP point of damage has been dealt, and that'll be the first. It is the nade. Flames, great movement, and he might have just found himself the first. It's denied by Doto, and now ENDPOINT have to look elsewhere. Snappy, here's the Molotov clip. Mighty Max Dika towards main, might just catch out Surreal. This grenade will do big damage. As Robin swings wide, he'll deny Snappy of anything. The damage dealt, and Surreal's found one more. The dink in play. Arlu left to shut things down as he finds the first. Mighty Max gonna try and wiggle his way around the bomb site as he does find Spinks towards Connector. Arlu shut down by Surreal as the digits are being pumped in once more. Endpoint find themselves in a 3 versus 1. And while Doto finds one, Surreal will silence the rifle. Endpoint retain their 2-round lead. It's 4-2 right now. And then sent back to the drawing board once again. Round 7 up ahead. Endpoint, statistically a very easy round for them to play now. Whoa, Doto. He's now crucial though. And that is the AWP drop from the round. It will be Mighty Max to quickly juggle the guns back to spawn and not allow for anything. Flames has found his way down towards Pop Dog. Robin actually looking towards main. ENCE tried to aggress to get the rifle. Unfortunately, they will find nothing. Mighty Max, a very smart play, and it's denied ENCE of any riflery within this round. With a minute and 15 on the clock, Endpoint have decisions to make, and with the man down, they're going to have to be precise with it. Smoke towards lower, and that'll warrant ENCE to pull 4 of their 5 players. And as Surreal drops this nade, it might do big damage. Just shy. Flashbang on out as well. As ENCE wait patiently for the B push. It'll instead be the Alpha bomb site that is under some pressure. And it's nice shot. Surreal, of course, making his statement at least at the 30-second mark. Now Endpoint will explode towards A. Snappy's found one, but he won't expect Flames to be there. And Flames going to aggress on forward, and he's found himself a second. Surreal's going to have to turn back towards Pop Dog if he's not careful, as Spinks makes his way on down. Surreal will be dropped. Flames with a third, and he's looking for the quadra kill. And Flames, he will be denied of it for now. He'll pull out the Glock 18, but it will be Mighty Max to finish the job. ENCE have done damage, but it's not substantial for them to find 3. It'll be Endpoint 5, ENCE 2. Round 8 on the cards. Endpoint up by 3, but the rifles of ENCE are in full swing. Dika early Pop Dog control will deny Endpoint of any aggression for the time being. Flames lobbing the Molotov to deny the swing towards upper. And they spotted Spinks as he'll drop the smoke. Flames doing a great job of wearing down the utility, but Spinks trumping that by holding Endpoint back. As they're now all stacked towards B upper. They'll have to make their move. Utility on out. B execute in full swing. The pistol round reverse because it's with the rifles. As Flames gets dropped, Crucial and Mighty Max find one apiece. As the swing comes towards Connector, Mighty Max will not hesitate. Snappy will deliver with the nade, but it's too little too late. The smoke deployed, unfortunately, in Endpoint's favor, as it'll fall to a 1 versus 3. Dika alone. A silent start to train, but this will most certainly help him and his team to guide themselves to a third. Shots rattle on off, and oh, he's nailed Surreal through the smoke. Hold the phones right now, because it might be ENCE that finds 3 off the back of Dika's first. He'll be looking for a second with the M4A4. Mighty Max, or rather Crucial, excuse me, will jiggle the angle, and he'll make it a triple. AWP finding its mark, trumping the M4 events. And it silences their dreams of a third. Round 9. Endpoint. Got a firm grasp on their T-half. ENCE yet to dethrone the winning streak that Endpoint has set themselves on. But Dika, quick to silence Crucial, and in fact finds a second. This Desert Eagle finds 2. Robin to deny the triple, and Snappy's found 1 more. Surreal 1 versus 4. And I might have just jinxed it for Endpoint, because this is going to need to be a monumental clutch from Surreal. The Brit left to do it all. And he's still got 1 minute and 10 seconds. He spots the head of the first, but damage parried by Green Train. He does have the bomb in hand. He has plenty of utility to his name as well. He aggresses. He won't expect Spinks. ENCE bounce back, and it's on an eco. They're 3rd on the board. And heading into round 10, Endpoint most certainly shaken up after that one. It's round 10. Strikes us. Endpoint up by 3. Molotov deep towards main. Will cut off Mighty Max's circulation back to spawn, but he's going to aggress. Instead of holding S, he holds W. And he'll bring the fight to ENCE, and he'll even find the first. Dika's let him slip by. Snappy's going to be left to pick up the pieces, as he will find the entry. The trade back, as Endpoint now look towards B. Spinks and Alu find 1 apiece. Crucial making his way on forward with a nasty headshot to find Alu. And he swings wide and finds himself a second. It's a 2 versus 2, and it's shifted greatly in Endpoint's favor. Snappy will be the man to pick up Crucial, but it's a 1 versus 2. Robin's found his way out towards A, and he will be able to plant the bomb. Dika, noise will be made. The grenade will be left to try and do some damage, but it's only 6 points of damage that is done, as he tries to find his second within the round, or rather his first, excuse me. Dika will drop him stone cold. It's ENCE with a 4th, and this 2k from Crucial. This first shot, disgusting. Didn't even need to fire the second bullet. The spray onto Spinks, but the AWP was left to pick apart the remaining 2 players. And ENCE, they'll be calling a tactical timeout after that one, discussing possibly where they lost their information and where they lost their 3 players within that round. Being Endpoint's map pick, maybe ENCE are relying on map 2. But as I mentioned, Endpoint, it's not one of their top 3 maps, but they'll most certainly be feeling comfortable on at least playing Overpass. They have the experience, but the win rate isn't there. Only won 1 of 5 on Overpass. Interestingly enough, though, they did beat Dignitas on it. And so it could be a very big opportunity for Endpoint, as they at least look to try and find themselves a couple of kills. Nice shot, Snappy. Clip through the wall. It's a tag, but no conversion. But Dika has found the first. Flame's going to get towards Olof, but it's Snappy that's going to take some damage. Molotov will be sent at Flames' feet, and he will find 1. Dika hits the deck. It's Arlie with the AWP up close, and Snappy's just collated his teammates. Arlie walks into the crossfire, but he does pick apart Crucial. Low HP on the remaining 2 players. As Surreal tries to do big damage, he will result Snappy down to 18, but it will not be a conversion. ENCE find 1 more, and it is now 6-5. As the AWP of Arlu keeping his eye on towards main. The smoke will distort the vision, and ENCE, they will have to swing wide as Surreal tries to get out A. Unfortunately, it will not be a kill. Deacon with a trade. Mighty Max doubling up. And you blink and you miss it. We've lost half the server. It's a 3 versus 2 in its Endpoint's favor. Snappy gonna get gunned down from the side. Mighty Max caught with utility on out. Crucial looking for a trade, but Spinks has found 2 more. It's Robin 1 versus 2. Once again in a very tricky scenario. The last time he did this, he switched up his approach, and he'll be doing it again. But instead of flipping to a different bomb site, he'll be flipping to a different approach. Snappy aggresses. Robin will catch him off. He's been gifted a 1 versus 1. And that might just put Spinks in an uneasy angle. As he'll aggress towards main, Robin... he'll be looking for 1 more to take his tally up to 2 within the round, but 8 within the server. As he aggresses, Spinks holding the angle. Robin swings and Robin finds it. 1 HP is all that's left, but it keeps him alive and keeps him at least with his finger on the trigger because Endpoint have found 7. The birthday boy strikes. And it's put Endpoint in front on their map pick of train. And substantially so because ENCE are now in a bit of a tricky scenario. And this is the 1 versus 2. Just gone. Robin given a 1 versus 1. It's poor positioning from ENCE. And Endpoint were given just a smidge of an opportunity to capitalize upon it. And they do exactly that. They take their lead up to 2. And Surreal holding W key and Mouse 1 most certainly will find his first and his second within the round. The rifle not working out for him, but the Mac 10 most certainly delivering. As you blink and you miss it, and once again, ENCE reduced to 2. But this time, there's 5 Endpoint players, 5 hungry terrorists hunting down these last 2 players as Arlu looks to escape. Surreal not done just yet as the AWP peeks into the angle. Surreal dropping a Molotov. The flashbang as well as he swings wide. Arlu will find it, but Flames with a trade. And it's now up to the MP9. Spinks taking a little bit of damage. Will find Flames, but it's only the Galil. As the AK of Robin rattled down 1. Hence, they lose their half. Endpoint secure with 8. But now it's about how much they can do on their T side to ENCE's CT. So we head into the penultimate round of the first half. Endpoint lead by 3. And they'll stack up towards lower. Flashbangs and the utility, not even a smoke. And ENCE don't react just yet. Their eco... at least their plans of the eco will be foiled and they'll be left to rotate around to try and do some damage as Surreal rotates towards Connector. Every player will be looking for a CT right now as Surreal tries to gun down Spinks. It'll be the Desert Eagle that finds first blood, but Robin, quick with a response, will silence Deeka, and it falls to a 4 versus 4. The AWP Crucial finds 1 more. Robin, nice spray transfer as he finds himself a second, looking for a tap down on the 3rd. It's Arlu remaining, the Glock whips out. And he'll make it a quadra kill within the round. Endpoint find 9. And they needed a big play like that. And that most certainly did deliver. That spray transfer was ruthless. Admittedly against the pistols. But they needed it. Otherwise it would have been 2 rifles in the wrong hands. And ENCE most certainly could have capitalized upon it. The aggression out once again. Flames leading the charge this time as he finds 1. A second as well as Surreal makes it 3. ENCE once again down to 2. The A-bomb site foiled as Mighty Max will chime in with 1 more. It's looking like a 10-5 half. And Mighty Max, his AK-47 is the final nail in the coffin as Endpoint find double digits on the terrorist side of train. And Flames, this is unreal. He doesn't even look up. He just holds W key. He doesn't need to look anywhere. He relies on his team. And the teamwork from Endpoint devastate the side of ENCE. As the European team put back onto the terrorist side. And Endpoint will be looking to try and deliver at least the pistol round. If they find the pistol, most certainly you're looking at the game is theirs. Flame's going to get tagged up. Drop to 32. The Pop Dog peak has done big damage. Mighty Max taken down as Doto finds one through the smoke. Deke has found one more. And ENCE have surprised Endpoint. Caught them off guard. Flames is good for one. Surreal finds one more. Flames taken out of the round. Tapped down. The USP unsuccessful. Robin 1 versus 3. Has found the first. The P2000 there. But the Glock 18 overpowers. Doto with a 3-piece of his own. And it gives ENCE the pistol. Ten to 6. And Endpoint set back to Scouts and Eagles. There's a slim possibility of letting it work, but at the same time, ENCE have ridiculous amounts of riflery into this round. As Robin tagged down to just 8 points of health, this grenade might finish the job, and Snappy's found 2 for 1. The grenades finished the job. Mighty Max in response will find the conversion. The Scout of Crucial unsuccessful, and it's Surreal 1 versus 4. Bomb gonna get planted.
Bomb has been planted.
And that's more money in ENCE's pockets. Only $300 right now, and it will retain at that. But the 2-round lead now that ENCE have gained on their T-half still sets them back by 3. But it's very manageable now as Endpoint reduced to just pistols. There's a grenade stack on in towards main. Won't do anything too damaging. Snappy catching out Flames. Robin going to try and get up the ladder, but Doto reads into it. The sound cue giving it away. As Snappy aggresses, he will find Mighty Max, and the USPS is looking to try and pick apart ENCE. At least they find one. Olu shuts down 2, and with that, ENCE are back in the driver's seat, at least for now, but Endpoint have got a full buy ahead of them, and the double up setup will be brought into fruition in round number 19. ENCE's full buy, their first full buy. As it'll be Robin that finds first blood. And Arlu finds one as Deka did find another. Endpoint the man down. And Surreal will bounce back and find one more. He'll be looking for a second within the round as he spots out Doto, setting him to just 9 points of health. Crucial aggresses and the AWP finds its mark. And it's a 2 versus 3. Arlu shifting his way in towards the bomb site. And it's wrong place, wrong time, but Flames missed opportunity. And things are back level. Time ticking away. Aggression, crucial miss shot. Bomb gonna go down. Surreal looking for the kill, but Alu holding the angle. And it's the AWP 1 versus 2. Both players low HP. The USPS will be effective at this point in time. Crucial looking for one, but ENCE, they claim the buy round. And Endpoint sent back to pistols. And I wouldn't be surprised if there's going to be a timeout called, at least in this round or the next. Because right now, the kills, even in the Endpoint side, I'd argue. And same with that events. It seems to be everyone's delivering right now. Spink's down to 10. But everyone on the server in double digits, so you cannot fault any individual right now. As Mighty Max peaks, it'll be Alu that finds the first. As Alu holds the angle, he'll allow his teammates to move on forward. Is the scout going to try and pick apart some players towards main? It'll be the Ivy aggression from Dika that catches them out, and it's Crucial and Surreal 2 versus 4 on. While Crucial and Surreal have found one apiece, it's just down to the Desert Eagle, and Ali will be there to pick it up. It's 10 all. ENCE have fought their way back in. And it could not be any closer right now. Odds are even. ENCE 1.87, Endpoint 1.87. As Doto gets down towards Pop Dog, we'll be looking for some control. Robin might have just been spotted. The grenade gonna do a bit of damage. The Molotov won't help either. The grenade of their own, and it sends Dika to 45. Huge connection. And Crucial finds the first. The M4 of Surreal claims his second. Bomb dropped out on towards the bomb site, and now ENCE have to commit, and they cannot break the crossfire. Down to just 1 versus 5. Alu Wally does find one. As Flames hits the deck, it'll be Surreal that finds himself one more. Endpoint back ahead. But ENCE can reinvest. As the AWP shots connect, at least it's 2 tags, early stages. It'll be Robin that finishes the job on Flames, but luckily he was there to pick up the person towards Pop Dog. Mighty Max holding Ivy, AWP in hand. Dika jiggling, toying with the idea. All shot rattles through the smoke. The Molotov will deny the aggression. And as Surreal falls away, ENCE will make their mark out towards B. And the bomb will get planted. Snappy to get those digits in once more. And now the 40-second fuse will be working against Endpoint. Third of the way through. Robin to find the first. Alu low HP within the picture, but the AWP's found himself one. He'll be looking for his second as Snappy does deliver. The AK-47 from behind as well, but Surreal has found one more. He'll tap the bomb and in fact stick it. Crucial holding the angle, and it's just saved them the round. The flank couldn't come in time. Alu had to peek, and while Dika's found them both, it's Endpoint to find 12. And Endpoint do it in style. Round 22 is theirs. And it is Arlu that finds a tag, but Crucial beats him to the punch. Doto makes his way on down. The Molotov noise is giving everything away, while Flames has lobbed the smoke, or rather a nade into the mix. It's Spinks and Doto to find one apiece. Robin's clapped back with a double. Adika silenced the M4. 30 seconds in and already 6 players gone. HP is even. And as Dika makes his way out towards main, it'll be the bomb that aggresses towards B. And oh, spots out. No conversion. And the flank can most certainly come on in. Surreal. He knows that it's a possibility. Crucial's going to be hard rotating. Dika's going to try to hold the angle. And Crucial doesn't expect it. The lower HP of the two gone. And now Surreal has the odds stacked against him in a 1 versus 2. And as the bomb will detonate, ENCE will find 11. But it will be an AWP saved on Surreal. With that, ENCE will save a rifle, or rather the AK-47 and an AWP. ENCE trailed by 1. The question is, can they make their mark once more in round 24? Eco around the AWP, and rightly so. Crucial has enough money to buy in the next. The loss bonus most certainly on their side. But for ENCE, it's the humble beginning, and Crucial could do some big damage with the AWP. But he has found the first. Arlu drops. In fact, Spinks with a second. Now, hold on a second. Because this 2K has just changed this round drastically for ENDPOINT's favor. As Flames getting up close towards Ivy, Dika going to be there with the response. Here's the man towards the left, but he's holding towards the right. Timing not on their side. As Snappy and Dika finds 3 between them. The AWP of Crucial needed to hit the shot. And it's just shy. A whisker away. As the bomb goes down, ENDPOINT with a near impossible retake once again. They have no kit. And while Surreal does have utility, it will not be enough to get their entry back into this site. It's leveled up at 12 all. As the bomb detonates, it's all level once again. Surreal's found himself a rifle though. And that is big money in their pockets, not directly. But it is big money because they don't have to invest as many rifles. And that'll allow the drops to come on through. Flames is going to be given an M4. And every opportunity will blossom from this round. Whoever wins this round, of course, will be taking the lead. But with that, they reset the economy quite substantially. As Dika has found 1. The open up, it is in ENCE's favour. One minute and 25 on the clock. Snappy's found one more. The aggression towards Ivy has been capitalized upon. Flames has found one more. He's not going to be checking towards the bomb site. And Deke has wiggled his way on forward. And he's found the tag, but Flames, he skips away, but it's Spinks to at least pick up the pieces. Doto with one more. And it's the real 1 versus 3. As he does find the first, Deke will finish the job with the Molotov. ENCE lead by 1, 13-12. Dika out towards Hot Dog. Robin, he just pulls out his knife. I don't know what happened. Maybe a misclick, a misbind or something. It's cost him his life nonetheless. Flames is close towards E-Box, working his way around the smoke. And Dika will find Crucial. 5 versus 3. Flames will turn it at least in Endpoint's favor once again, but Snappy, a lightning fast response, leaves just Mighty Max and Surreal within the equation. Molotov deployed, but unfortunately Surreal cannot find a thing. Mighty Max 1 versus 4. AWP on a mission, as he's found the first, the second as well, but Dika to deny the triple. ENCE 14, Endpoint 12. And ENCE might have just booked themselves a one-way ticket to a 1-0 lead. Utility on out. ENCE take the lead. The Scouts found its mark though. Mighty Max dropping Spinks to half. And Crucial's found the first. An AK in the hands of Endpoint could be a detriment, but ENCE has found their aggression towards B. And Snappy's going to be the man to try and open things up, but it's Doto to do the dirty work. Mighty Max will find one more with the Scout, and the AK in fact assisting Flames in tapping down Doto. It's a 4 versus 2, and somehow it's in Endpoint's favor. Snappy aggresses. Crucial. He'll do some damage, but it's no conversion. It's Mighty Max that will find Arlu. And with 2/3 of his HP, Snappy is left alone. And against 3 Endpoint players. He's able to move his way around towards the back of the bomb site, but Mighty Max will backstab Snappy. It's a 13th on the board for Endpoint. And Endpoint will call a timeout. And ENCE will use this wisely. They've got 2 players with major money. Spinks with a bit of money in his pocket as well. But Dika and Snappy will require drops. But no matter what, we will be going to Overpass next. But the question is, will we see a map 3 of Vertigo? And as the Endpoint timeout quickly comes to a halt, freeze time in play, and we're back in live for round 28. ENCE lead by 1, but they've invested every dollar they can into this round. Molotov early doors towards Pop Dog will give them information that Snappy has at least made his feet toasty and welcome for the ladder control. And with a minute on the clock, ENCE will be looking to pincer the A-bomb site. They have 2 main, 2 pop dog, and 1 towards Ivy. It could be a slaughter, but it's how ENDPOINT hold on to this right now. Robin's found the first, Mighty Max with another, and ENDPOINT might have just booked themselves a 14th. Spinks gonna deny with 1 more. Deeka's found Crucial, and it's all back level. This round's up in the air once again. But even 10 seconds ago, you'd have thought ENDPOINT had it in their grasp. Robin to find Deeka. The Molotov will deny Mighty Max of entry, but he's denied the bomb. Only 1 versus 3, and while he has found the first, there might not be a second. Mighty Max holding the angle. Has he spotted the man out? He hasn't, and this could be big. 1 versus 1. Alu AWP up close. Looking for his opportunity. Cyril making his way around. Oh, the timing. They switch positions, but Cyril's read into it. Alu a whisker away, but it is 14 all. It's all tied up. And ENCE will take a timeout. And with round 29 on the horizon, ENDPOINT double AWP setup. ENCE will invest, but it's not a great investment at that. Flashbangs on out. Crucial finds the first. First class delivery to the man advantage. Mighty Max squished out of Ivy by ENCE's pressure. And the flashbang goes on out. He'll be looking to connect the shot, but he pulls the trigger too early. And as Robin finds 1, it'll be ENDPOINT that still find themselves the man up. Doto gonna rattle off a shot. Spinks might just catch out Flames. Timing isn't on their side, but Doto's found 2 more. A 3K with the Desert Eagle. The AWP missed shot. Flames in the back of the bomb site, trying to lurk around. Try and snake his way on through, and the grenade will finish the job that the M4 started. Doto's gonna need an ace with the Desert Eagle. Bomb goes down. Doto securing money, but he's got no opportunity to clutch it out. Map point, ENDPOINT. It's 15-14 to the counter-terrorists.
Bomb has been defused. Counter-terrorists win.
And I'm surprised there's going to be no tactical timeout from ENCE. They have the opportunity to call one. And I said we'd go the distance, but I didn't anticipate it in terms of maps. We've gone to the 30th round. Mighty Max aggression towards Ivy. They've never done it before, and it's caught Deeka off guard. Already ENDPOINT. They bargain themselves the man advantage. The aggression out towards A, and it's caught Flames out in the open. Not prepared for the swing from Pop Dog, but Mighty Max has found his second. The double AWP setup has worked tremendously, but only 1 is in fruition right now as Robin will pick apart Spinks. Alu will find his second. The Galil finding its mark once more. Snappy towards top green. And the double AWP is in a 2 versus 2. The bomb's found its way onto B. And it's getting intense. The aggression on out though. AWP switched out for the USP. It's pulled back out in this one. Crucial's ran right past, and Mighty Max has dropped. Crucial 1 versus 2, and he has found the first. He'll be looking for a second. Smoke on the bomb. Snappy gonna swing, and he finds it. It's overtime in map 1. We've gone the full distance, and we've hit the mark. And it's still level after 30 rounds. Overtime 1. 16k economy, of course. And so there will be no problems with ENDPOINT investing a double ult setup every round. It's just about managing their economy well. And for ENCE, they're looking great. Somehow they managed to win the force. And Alu's found the first. Crucial hits the deck. Robin with a quick trade. And it silences Snappy's opportunities towards Pop Dog. 4 versus 4 scenario. Flames nearly catches out the man. He's invested himself with this AWP, but the aggression's there, and Doto's caught him off guard completely. He is going to be tapped down as Robin finds his second. And once again, a 1-for-1. And it's a 3 versus 3. And it's Dika that delivers. Mighty Max's head clean off. And it's Robin and Cyril that both follow suit. ENCE have found themselves the first round in overtime. But it's a steep hill that ENCE still have to climb. But ENDPOINT had certainly taken on that exact same journey. Surreal aggression towards B will be on the agenda of round 32, but he's already taken a bit of damage, and the nade could do some more. He's able to slip away, and only slightly. And with 1:15 on the clock, ENCE have got options. And they've got themselves the man advantage. Or rather, excuse me, they don't. But they have themselves the HP advantage. I was going to say, excuse me. But in fact, Spinks has taken some nade damage. And it has actually put ENDPOINT in a bit of a predicament. With 40 seconds to hold on to. ENCE will be eyeing up, by the looks of things, the A-bomb site. And as the swing comes on out, Dika not going to take the wrap, but it's Robin that finds one. Doto with a trade, and Dika's found one more. Crucial's flipped things back on his head, and he's found himself a second. The AWP finding more, but it's not good for a third. But the flank from Flames might just finish the job. He's got eyes on one. He'll spam down the AWP, and it's all on Snappy. 5 seconds on the clock, and Flames will not allow any form of aggression. It's all level once again, and it's at 16 all. "28 kills on Dika. 26 on Robin. As ENCE, their last round on the T side. If they can find a second, it'll be very strong for them heading onto the counter-terrorist side. And they found early aggression towards Ivy, but they're going to walk right into the crosshair of Mighty Max as he decapitates the first. The AWP finds its mark, and Flames with a second. The AK-47 silencing the A push, and Robin's found the third. ENCE quickly crumbling in round 33. As Mighty Max finds the fourth, it might be a flawless round for ENDPOINT. And what a send-off, as Ali will find one. Crucial's aggression will make ENDPOINT 17, ENCE 16. As we're back underway. ENDPOINT on the T half, their favoured side at that. They won 10-5 on this half. The question is, can they convert the streak that they had in regulation to that of overtime? As Crucial will aggress towards Ivy, the early aggression AWP. Pop Dog control obtained by ENCE. And Flames has quickly picked up on this. As time winds down, ENDPOINT have got decisions to make. And the flashbang out towards Ivy will kickstart ENDPOINT's aggression. And it will be towards A. As Doto slams a smoke. Surreal getting a bit of chip damage. Nothing too substantial. But now ENDPOINT have found their way all the way out. And they swarm the A bomb site. And ENCE have no clue where they're coming from. There's players out A, there's players out Ivy, but Doto's found the first. Mighty Max with one more. Snappy's AWP hits the mark, and he finds himself a second. But he needs to go and find more as he finds himself the third. And a fourth! It's Snappy! It's a quadra kill, and ENCE have tied things up once again. An unreal four-piece. And it's none other than, of course, the Danish beast. This shot unreal. And of course he spins around and finds the fourth as well. And that's going to be a setback for ENDPOINT. They are going to reinvest. And these nades are certainly wearing down on the ENDPOINT HP so far. Smoke going to be deployed towards main Crucial. Might just try and rifle off a shot, and I think he just did. It spins down to 30. And with 1:05 on the clock, ENDPOINT, they're the man up, but the HP might honestly be a detriment. 2 players reduced to below half. And Mighty Max down to 14. Deeka's made his way on out from Pop Dog. And he'll be peeking in towards main. Crucial might just be holding the angle though. And that Molotov has actually pulled this focus away. The noise has been made, and that will flush out the smoke of Deeka. Very smart actually from Flames. As it's more utility worn down. 30 seconds though. Spam comes on through. Flames trying to wiggle his way around. Big damage, but Flames has won the duel through the smoke. A blind duel at that, but ENDPOINT have bought themselves a 2-man lead, and they've made it 3 because Flames has hit the mark with a second, and he'll be hunting down the third as Arlu tagged. Cowering behind the smoke. His grenade will finish the job. Surreal to find Spinks. And the Orpal versus 4. And Robin will shut things down. It's 18 for ENDPOINT, 17 for ENCE. And heading into the last round of the first. Overtime. Aggression. Alu, missed shot, missed opportunity. And Flames might just capitalize upon it, but he's caught. Alu, no scope. Dika with one more. Mighty Max gonna silence the Orpha, but it's a 2-for-1 trade. The damage done. Dika dropped a low, but that grenade has done substantial amounts of damage. Spink swings wide, and it's a 2 versus 4. Mighty Max with one. A second. Now hold the phone. This might just be the upset that Endpoint are willing to pull off, but the AWP of Doto has reduced it to just crucial, and we're heading to second overtime. They're not done just yet. The brawl continues on train. Unbelievable. Overtime 2. Same boat not too long ago. And this time, there's more at stake. More pressure mounting on these players. And Ali will spot the double cross, but will he know that Cyril's already found his way on out? And he's wiggled his way towards Sandwich. Dika's found the trade, however. Flames caught on the ladder. And the AK will do big damage to Doto, but it's Mighty Max to find Dika. And Doto up close and personal towards this Sandwich smoke as he swings wide. He'll catch off Crucial, and the spam might catch out Mighty Max as well. But Snappy finds one more. Mighty Max versus 3, and he finds 2. He hits the mark, both headshots in fact, but it's Snappy that holds his nerve. 19-18, enter in front. And there will be a timeout. And Endpoint will call a timeout, of course. Think about what is going on. And as we head into the second round, Endpoint scratching their heads as to why they slipped that first one. And as we head into the second round of overtime number 2, Endpoint had to be in tip-top form. And as Flames finds one, Mighty Max with one more. The Rifler sent packing though because Dika's found another. 33 kills to his name so far. And as Ali rattles off another shot, it'll be Dika that finds his second and the third within the round. The quad kill might be imminent, but it's Alu to take it away. And it's a found 20. Endpoint's confidence quickly slipping. And they've got to make up for it quite quickly. As we head into the last round on ENCE's CT side, they'll find the first. It's Spink's AWP. A big opener. The top blue. Lobbing the smoke towards deep main, and he might just be looking for one. Mighty Max tucks away in the corner. Holding towards E-Box. Is playing full effect. Dika trying to get up close. And this boost, it could do wonders. But it's Mighty Max that has found one. And Mighty Max with the second. This might just be the lead that Endpoint needed. Smoke towards lower. Surreal going to be leading the charge. AWP in the hands. Alu flashbanged on out. And it's Surreal to find the third. Endpoint's reduced to 2. But it's Spinks that has found one. Excuse me. It's ENCE reduced to 2. But Surreal's going to cut that in half. As he finds Snappy. It's Spinks 1 versus 3. And he's going to need the ace clutch for this round. But it's Surreal to shut things down. 20-19. It's as close as it could get. Endpoint now on the CT side. Roles reversed once again. And as we head into round 4. Everything's to play for. Endpoint need to find their response quickly. And it'll have to be in this round because it will give ENCE their map point. And crucial, he'll find the first. Doto dropped dead. Stone cold. On the concrete floor. It will be no more for him within this round. Snappy. Gonna tag Surreal to 92. And he holds his nerve with perfection. Most players would have dropped the Molotov there. Instead, he opts against it. And he knows at this point in time that if Crucial's got the angle, there's no need to throw your utility. Just hold on. And they do so. Flashbang out. Alu gonna go for a peek. It's forced Crucial from the angle. And that's where the grenade will be thrown. Big nade damage though. Spinks to half. And Crucial's found one more. It's a 3 versus 5. And I think he spotted the man towards site. Dika. Flashbang out high. And it will allow the bomb plant to set in. Snappy might just be able to catch out one through the top of the smoke. Alu holding the angle. Patiently waiting. And it might have just been Crucial that caught one out. The Molotov will finish the job onto Snappy. As the AWP finds its mark. It's the second in fact. And Surreal 1 versus 2. He'll tap the bomb, but this time he's sticking it. The Molotov will mean nothing. He holds his nerve, and Endpoint find 20. Within the flames, Off-Meister eat your heart out, and Endpoint have tied things right back up. The penultimate round, and it couldn't be closer once again. Back and forth, this game goes. And now, this 1 minute and 20 will decide who goes into the lead. Flames looking for the aggression towards main. The Molotov will give his information away. But at the same time, he gains every little piece that he needs to know. Nice shot, Spinks, to open things up. ENCE have bought themselves the man lead as Flames dropped once again. And Mighty Max, he'll find that conversion and things are back level. A 4 versus 4. Doto has barged into the B bomb site and there will be no response. Spray shot and Spinks catches it through the back of the bomb train. He finds one more but he won't convert, but it's Doto to find Surreal. And as Robin gunned down Spinks, it's a 3 versus 2. And Endpoint, they realized it might be worthwhile to save. I don't think they have any entryway, into this round. And as Doto nails Crucial, it's the AWP on Robin. And it's left to do it all. Bomb detonates. ENCE 21. ENDPOINT 20. And this round decides it all. Will we go to a triple overtime? Or will ENCE do it in 2 overtimes? And Alu's found the first. Mighty Max dropped. Grenade on down. Robin doesn't flinch. The Molotov as well, but this time he'll have to run. And he's lost a third of his HP. Flashbang's on out. Spinks catches Robin. 2-man advantage. ENDPOINT slipping. Their numbers depleting. Crucial's found one, and the tag on Dika has made it possible. The Snappy's caught flames. Surreal 1 versus 4. And he spotted out one more through the smoke, but it's Dika to find the last. It stops at 2. Ends map 1 in the bag. We're going to go to a break. But when we're back, we're going to be live with map 2. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back very shortly. Welcome back, everyone. Map 1 finished. ENCE take it in double overtime, but we're back with map 2. It's now ENCE's home ground of Overpass, but will ENDPOINT pull off an upset? Will they be able to take it to the third and final map? As we now see, pistol round, of course, ENDPOINT on the CT start. Nice shot, Dika opening things up. P250 finds its mark. And Cyril gets towards connector. Robin left to trade, and he'll do so. P2000 does its job nicely, but the rest of ENCE will exploit the A-bomb site through long. The aggression, but Mighty Max has found one more. Spinks with a trade, and he's left Flames on low HP. It's a 4 versus 3. Robin playing ring around the rosies, but crucial. Able to find it with the dual Beretta. Smoke going to be deployed on the bomb, and it might just be stuck completely. Alu going to spam on through. The grenade going to try and connect. And Spinks finds one. Flames with another, and Alu left alone. Blocking each other within the smoke. Flames is going to tap the bomb, and he will re-aggress. He'll go for the peek. Alu knows he's not on it, and Alu has found a 1 versus 2. ENCE with their pistol in their pockets. What a play. And I think that block there is cost them. Alu forced off the angle, and as soon as Flames made noise, Alu knew he wasn't on it. As we head into round 2, ENDPOINT have invested scouts and deagles across the board, and Alu's picked off the scout. And so it's just 4 Desert Eagles left within the equation. As Flames pushes on forward, he'll be looking to try and regain it at least. Smoke down and he'll find it. But now he's trying to work around it, unfortunately. There's going to be nothing he looks towards as Dika finds Robin. The scout of Flames left to pick apart the side as he has found the tag. It still leaves ENDPOINT scratching their heads. But Flames has done a great job with the Desert Eagle. Second denied by Dika. And now it's Mighty Max and Cyril alone. The double Desert Eagle looking to make its mark as Mighty Max finds one. Aggressing as he finds the second. It's a 2 versus 2. And the aggression will not stop. Mighty Max picks up a Galil, but he's confident in his pistol abilities. He, in fact, throws it towards Cyril. And he finds a third. Mighty Max. He's more than just mighty. He's the Emperor within this round. Although ENCE find their second, the damage has been done. ENCE 2, ENDPOINT 0, but only 1 AK-47 left within the equation. And Mighty Max is an absolute monster. Nice shot on the first. The second, of course, he finds it. This third shot. Oh, it's unreal. A 4K within the round. And ENDPOINT. They'll invest once more. Molotov to deny the immediate push. The smoke will be the counterintuitive play to that. As Alu jiggles towards long, he'll be looking to try and tap down one, and he'll do so. Flames drops, but the scout of Crucial has found its mark once more. A 4 versus 4. The cavalry's going to arrive. Mighty Max pinned as Robin. This Desert Eagle is just turning up for everyone right now as Doto will shut down the scout. The flashbang goes high. The re-aggression, but he's blinded himself, and Snappy will capitalize. A 2 versus 3. Bomb goes down. Flashbang goes high. Oh, Spinks lightning fast reactions. And it's Mighty Max alone. We'll catch out the head of Spinks. Tags him down to 9. But unfortunately, Mighty Max will be given no point of entry. He will find the first, But I think that's all he's good for. And he knows this. He'll run away. It'll be a third on the board for ENCE.
Terrorists win.
Endpoint yet to score, but again, Mighty Max holds on to his Galil. As ENCE still continue to keep their clean sheet. It's 3-0 right now. And we'll have to wait and see. Shots rattling off. Crucial down to 5. Still within the picture, but barely. And a 50-second mark. Flames has found one. The Desert Eagle finding its mark once more. Grenade towards long will flush out Dika down to 80. The aggression's there. Robin, how has his shadow not been spotted? Dika's finally found it. Alu with one more. And Alu will find a second. Mighty Max for the aggression, quite possibly through the smoke. But Dika's caught him. It's going to be a fourth for ENCE. A very strong start for their T side. As Surreal will try to spam. Nothing will be successful. He actually lines him up through the corner. Dika aggresses and Surreal correct within his prediction. And he finds a second. What is going on? Desert Eagles, they're just tearing apart the ENCE side. As Doto will finally shut him down, but the damage being done, it's 3 kills already. ENCE 4, Endpoint 0. Mighty Max finds the first. Finally, a shift in the right direction for Endpoint. As silence strikes the server once more, ENCE are gonna barrel their way towards A with an incredibly slow pace. Crucial up close, the crossfire's set, and the AWP's found the mark. ENCE reduced to 3 as they'll look towards A. And so we're gonna get spammed down through the smoke. Tagged to 61, but still the 2-man advantage. And ENCE will be looking towards B as Snappy finds one. Crucial finds Alu elsewhere. Surreal gunned down. And the B bomb site actually open for the taking. Bomb will go down. Flashbang out high as well. Grenade doing damage onto Snappy. As it'll be Flames with the AK. It's Spinks 1 versus 3. Low HP within the picture. And Robin will finish the job. Down by 3, Endpoint. have to come back somehow. As we hit round 6, Crucial will aggress towards A. Smoke will deny him of any information, and Crucial will simply fall back. As Mighty Max claims the first, Doto will find a quick M4 kill. And Endpoint the man up once more. The aggression towards B will be intuitive to Endpoint on ENCE's final destination. Molotovs are out. Cyril finds one more. The AK of Dika doesn't find anything. It's Alu to pick up the pieces. He finds himself a double. Flames in response. And Flames with a second. It's Endpoint 2, ENCE 4. And they played that one to perfection. And while we have this moment, may I remind you our sponsors at Gamdom. What a better place to get snowed in over our partners at Gamdom. With roulette, crash, and slots to keep you entertained, there is so much to offer. And of course, if you enjoy match betting, Gamdom also offer their match betting feature for you to rake in cash on all their favorite matches. And they have so a wide range of activities such as rakeback, cashback, and their periodical coin feature and their King of the Hill events. You have plenty of opportunities to make coins. Use the code TEB to find yourself up to a $50 deposit on your first entry. Flame, speaking of entry, will find the first. It's Crucial with the nade. Slam dunk as he finds himself the third. Robin with the M4. And Endpoint make it 3. And ENCE will call a timeout. A time to figure out what their problems were. Their hot streak in the get-go was quickly simmered down. As now, back into the action in round 8. I see there's some controversy in the chat regarding tier 1 teams, but there has been a little bit of an announcement being made. Our main Swiss teams, of course, in action, but our playoff invited teams are Saw, VP, Gambit, and FPX. It's looking stacked, and these two teams are playing in a position to play amongst some of the best in the world right now. Spinks will take his aggression towards Connector in the early stages. Robin will do exactly that, and Mighty Max has delivered a lovely flashbang. As now 45-second mark. And Dika's found one. Cyril with a quick trade. Snappy with one more. Endpoint, they're in a 3 versus 3. Bomb gonna get planted. Crucial then an Ala Molotov, and that'll flush Alu into the open, but he's too quick to respond. Crucial drops. And it's Flames and Robin towards Connector. They're gonna have to make their move on forward. And while Flames has found the first, have a monumental opportunity ahead of them. Smoke deployed on the bomb site. Alu looking to line up one and cannot get anything done. Flames and Robin 1 versus 2. Snappy lines one up through the corner of the smoke. And it's Flames alone. He's tapped the bomb. Noise is being made. He spams on out. Flames no time. He'll stick the bomb. And he'll find a headshot. Snappy's done it good. A triple kill for him, and ENCE make it 5-3. And there will be a timeout by ENDPOINT this time. ENDPOINT now sitting to discuss. And ENCE cool as a cucumber right now. Question is, though, will they be able to continue with this streak? ENDPOINT disrupted their victory so far. But can they continue it? Aggression. But Crucial's found the first. Big kill. And it's put ENCE and set them back a man. And it's going to be a costly approach. And ENDPOINT looks to take control towards B, and they've done exactly that. Flames' MP9 has overpowered the rifle. And now it's a 3 versus 5. ENDPOINT 2 men up. There's now the aggression. Flames has found one. Mighty Max with another. And it's a 1 versus 5. Ali, he's going to try and aggress towards B. Grenade will be a setback. And the 5 rifles pressuring him down most certainly will not help, as he's found Flames. It will be the end by the looks of things, as Robin will gun him down. ENDPOINT 4, ENCE 5. As we head into round 10, ENDPOINT looking to tie things up. Molotov actually not going to get extinguished. And Doto going to take ridiculous damage for it. Mighty Max swings, and Mighty Max finds it. Doto dropped towards short, and now ENCE will have to aggress elsewhere, and it will be towards long. Flames going to try and jump spot. Oh my goodness, this nade by D-Chuck. Dropped to 13. He's still within the picture. AWP's found his mark. B250 in hand. Dika's found one more. Flames isn't going to have the information that Crucial died to Dika. And they throw the AWP out the map. An intelligent play. And he nearly went for the AK as well. It will be denied. And the AWP nowhere to be seen. ENDPOINT 5, ENCE 5. And now. Aggression going to be taken towards connector. Robin will be the first form of contact, and he will find the first. The second denied by Doto. While blind, he's managed to pick up the kill. Flames the Molotov towards Divider. He thought that was the smoke, and he's just had an inside Molotov's injury. I thought he spotted the foot of Dika, and instead, they rattle off one more. Mighty Max, the only man to defend as he finds the first. Oh, Mighty Max! He's delivered two, denied by Dika, but it's become very possible now for Endpoint. Grenade on in. And it'll sit underneath the car. Dika won't take a point of damage for it. As he swings, he'll deliver a 3k for him and a crucial opportunity. 1 versus 2 for him. Tapped. He fires the shot and Doto knows too well. ENCE take the lead. Very well played. And now, is round 12 underway. Mighty Max tag to 30. Smoke deployed towards B. And it'll be Doto that finds the first. A second, in fact. An Endpoint already down by 2. Reduced to just 3. And they're going to have no option but to save.
Bomb has been planted.
And ENCE will make it 7. And as the bomb detonates, ENCE take their lead to 2. ENCE, they're looking in very good position right now. A 2-round lead. The economy of Endpoint in a poor position. Flames and Surreal will have to invest, but the question is what with... There could be a couple of MP9s dropped across, but other than that... They would in fact eco. It's a smart play. I completely forgot this is a 2nd round loss. And Dika aggresses. AWP in hand, and Mighty Max isn't successful. His endeavors cut short. Molotov nades the whole lot. Robin flushed out down to 33 and will have to save. And now, ENCE find themselves the half. It's 8. And Endpoint still at 5. As we head back into the action for the penultimate round of the first half. Doto extinguishing the Molotov. Surreal finds one. Big tag onto Snappy as well as he's reduced to just 40. Grenades on in and Dika's found the response. This nade damage though It's becoming a problem for ENCE. Robin deploying a smoke, halting the push once again. And ENCE taking their time. Robin trying to spam on through to connect a couple of shots towards long. None of which successful. Mighty Max might be just waiting for a flashbang here. In fact, he's just going to play the off angle and he's found himself one. Tag to 40, but he's still within the picture. And Doto's found the trade. 3 versus 3. Snappy has pedenced the man up. Smoke deployed towards heaven. ENDPOINT 20 seconds to react. And Snappy's found one. Robin 1 versus 3. Finds the first. It's a big opener. But the 2 HP players still within the picture. And Alu makes it 9. ENDPOINT now 4 behind. And this is becoming a problem. ENDPOINT in the last round will be looking for 6. Then it's hunting for double digits. And Dika, he's delivered a big amount of damage right now. And it's Alu that finds another. A 5 versus 4. ENDPOINT the man down. And in fact, excuse me, make that 2 as Dika's found flames. Robin trying to hold close. The spam on through. The Desert Eagle does find 1. And it's a 4 versus 3. It's not impossible for ENDPOINT, but it's so improbable as Spinks finds 1. But Mighty Max with a flank. Spinks won't turn just yet. He will now. Mighty Max finds 1. And Doto to deny. It's ENCE 10. ENDPOINT 5 as we hit the halftime whistle. And ENCE looking to make form on the CT pistol. But they need to gain it quickly. They need to gain this momentum. And right now, it might just be that ENDPOINT are going to challenge them towards A. The peek on out. Snappy dropping the smoke. And Flames has found the first. Alu a bit too aggressive, and Flames has taught him otherwise. And ENDPOINT will now look towards Connector as their means of getting onto B. Doto holding the angle, swings wide. He should find 1 and he'll find a second. A big double for him. Dika's going to allow him to fall, but not before he finds a 3rd. Flames with a quick trade and he's alone now. 1 versus 3. And Dika's mopped him up. ENCE with the 2nd pistol. This 3-piece is unreal. A whiff on Surreal when he should have gotten the kill the 2nd shot. And somehow he even finds a 3rd after that. ENCE. Only 5 more rounds until they go 3-0. Spam on through Robin. Gonna take 2 points of health, but it's giving information to Alu. But Robin's won the duel. And that's a big kill in their pockets. Boost on up. They'll be looking for the information towards short. We'll gain nothing from it. Spotted out the man towards connector. Tried to tag down flames. Nothing made of it just yet. Door swung open. Spinks holding towards toilets. Might be able to catch out Mighty Max, but the rotation will be imminent. Grenade on in. Doto flushed out of his position for the time being. We're going to try and make their move on forward, and Crucial's found another. A big second kill. Dika will have to go huge with this MP9, and while he will find some damage, it won't be a first. Snappy, in response, will find 2. Flames with 1. Famas 1 versus 3. Spinks with 1. Spinks tags up the second. Both players now going to be panicking ever so slightly. As the swing comes out, the double peaks there. Endpoint finds 6. And there will be a timeout, I assume, being called. It's a technical timeout. And we'll have to wait and see what exactly that is. It's an endpoint problem. As we'll wait and see what is going on. And it's going to be a toilet break. Interesting. We shall see. What's going to go down, of course, within this timeout? A lot of teams going to use this time basically to discuss, find out what their problems are, where they can find out. For Endpoint to patch holes, but for ENCE to break them. And we'll find out shortly as we get into the action very soon. Back underway. As Endpoint, they find the second round, but ENCE with the pistol puts them one step closer to Sweet 16. As now in round 18. Endpoint trail. Only by 5. Grenade on in. Snappy, gonna try and find something. Robin delivers. And as Doto mollied out of position, he will drop the smoke there. Robin gonna flush out one. Dika with a quick trade as Flame finds one more. The Deagle finding its mark though. Big damage done as Spinks finds another. Dika swings wide and it's just on Spinks. Alone 1 versus 3. He won't be given any opportunities as Mighty Max delivers. It's 7-11. Endpoint. They find themselves another. We'll have to wait and see. Will Endpoint this be the start to their comeback? Or will it just be momentum? Grenade on down. For the time being, though, everyone seems quite content. ENCE are actually aggressing towards short through Monster. And that will then alert them in turn that it is going to be A. Endpoint taking their time, but they're going to run into a mean stack. Will be snappy to find the first. Mighty Max and Surreal with one apiece. The pistol's not really working out too much. And it will just be Mighty Max with a third.
Bomb has been planted.
He's now patiently waiting. Doto on the flip side of garbage. He won't be given any opportunities to at least aggress. Most certainly will not be given any opportunities to save a weapon. And the bomb will detonate. And Mighty Max finds his fourth. He might die to bomb. He will, but it doesn't matter. In good shape at that. As Endpoint find 8. They're not done just yet. They might just be able to slip back into this one. Endpoint trailing still. ENCE with a full buy ahead of them. They'll be wondering what they can do up next. As the aggression once again, ENCE relentless towards short. Swing might come on in, and it's big. Doto lines up too. Mighty Max and Flames both hit their deck towards Monster. AK's going to be picked up. And this is going to be the start of ENCE's glory by the looks of things. As with a minute on the clock, ENCE still have to make their move. And they're going to have to find out what is their next course of action. They've lost 2 men. And while they do have the bomb, they don't have a great opportunity to find themselves more because Dika's drops it. Nice shot, Dika. And he drops Surreal as well. It's a 1 versus 5 and Crucial the only man left within the picture. And as time ticks away, Endpoint have no opportunity but to quite honestly try and do as much as they can. A swing's there, Spinks is dropped, AWP out of the equation, but it will not matter because Crucial's out of time. With 7 seconds left, he has no other option but to save, and ENCE will be on the hunt. They know that they've done big damage.
Counter-terrorists win.
Snappy gonna aggress, Crucial trying to slip away. Does he have the time? Wow. A whisker away from death. But fate has been tempted with it. This is looking like ENCE's return. But Endpoint have a force bite. In fact, it's more than just a force, it's a full bite. taken towards B. Doto finds one. Denied of a second. Flames and Mighty Max. Snappy with the response. And Robin will find one towards Connector. Endpoint the man up. Snappy quickly going to try and deny as Mighty Max plants. He'll catch the man out. They don't expect the bomb to swing. Alu 1 versus 3. Crucial locking down the angle, but Alu's found the first. Aggresses. Doesn't find the second. This grenade could do big damage though. Then it'll flush him away from the angle, and Robin expects the swing towards Monster. Endpoint back at 9. And the rodeo continues for Endpoint. The comeback could be here. As Flames finds the first, the grenade strikes Doto down as Alu's Deagle connects once more. Mighty Max aggression will catch out Deagle, and the Deagle's Sphinx will not connect as well. 4 versus 2. And ENCE have been reduced to just Alu alone and struck down. He will find Crucial, but it means nothing because Flames has found him. And it's looking grand. Round 23 up ahead. Endpoint. This is their opportunity. Only 2 rounds behind. It's 12-10. As the alt shot rattles, Alu not going to connect. And Crucial attack to low HP. It will force him away. Surreal gonna try and spam the man down through the smoke. Nothing to connect as of right now. The Sphinx lines up too. Big double for him. ENCE. They'll lose at least one man. It's Crucial that will find him, but Alu finds the third. And it's a 4 versus 2 in ENCE's favor. 45 seconds. Endpoint have to make their move. And it will be towards 8. Mighty Max swings and he will find one, but the Dink sent him to 34 points of health. Snappy, easy pickings for the first, but Crucial is the man to worry about, but he will not bother because he swings wide and swings home as ENCE will lead by 3. 13-10. ENCE managing to find themselves in the lead. As we're into round 24, Endpoint on pistols. And they'll have to deliver something. And it'll be snapping his aggressive on Dika. 1, 2, 3. The spray transfer on cue, on point, and he bests himself again. The quadra kill, not on nuke, but this time on overpass. It's ENCE at 14. What a 4-piece. Snappy goes down. Dika holds supreme, excuse me. Well, it's looking grand. Endpoint down by 4. And ENCE, they've delivered once again. And Dika finds the first. The flashbang as well will deceive as Flames lines up 1. Doto with a quick trade. Endpoint down to 3 once more. Smoke down towards connector. Snappy getting the information by jumping. Doto low HP. This is possible for Endpoint. But it's so improbable at this point in time. Noise. Tries to be made. Alu missed shot. And it's going to cost him 6/10 of his health. He's dropped to 43. Surreal. Weaving his way towards the short angle. And Doto lines up 1. Surreal drop towards Monster. It's the 2 players towards short as they find themselves 2. It's all level and Robin's found himself 1 more and Robin. He's found himself 3. Endpoint back in town. And we're into round 26. Endpoint, the glimmer of hope shines even brighter. Aggression Alu. He's gonna try and find himself the shot. Nothing made of it right now. The tap on down. Dika gonna try and do a bit of damage. As Robin finds the first, Alu, quick to swing, he will find a quick kill, and a second. Crucial, not able to find the trade in time. And it's a 4 versus 3 in ENCE's favor once more. Grenades on in. Spam starting to come through. And now, aggression towards A will be taken. Endpoint looking to push on forward. Mighty Max gonna plant the bomb once more. Orb shot doesn't connect. The grenade might do some damage, but nothing too substantial. Reduced by 20. And Dika finds 1 more. The aggression on in. Flames drops and it's all on Robin. 1 versus 4 and he's nowhere to be seen. He won't be able to find anything. And with that, ENCE make it map point and series point. Robin, no choice but to save. And it's gonna sting. 1 round away. ENCE, that's all they need. This next 1 minute and 55 will decide if Endpoint can keep the dream alive. Grenade on it. Big damage done. Oh, Surreal's gonna take a bullet to the head as well. And Dika finds one. Flames with a quick trade. The swing on wide. Doto's found one more. Crucial with a quick trade in at least things in a 3 versus 3. Smoke's going to be deployed across the bomb site. Snappy is going to find one. And he's allowed to back away. Crucial might be able to get the bomb plant. As he punches in those digits. It's Alu from behind. Robin 1 versus 3. And he's spotted out. Snappy, Alu, and Spinks. And it's Alu to finish the job. ENCE pursue to playoffs with a 3-0 scoreline. ENCE reduced to 2-1. But there's no saying no for Endpoint success soon. As ENCE make their way on through. Endpoint back to the drawing board. But there is no doubt in my mind that it's an opportunity for ENCE to come back. Or rather, Endpoint to come back, excuse me. It's a great opportunity. Yes, they lost today's game, but there's no saying no for them to come back into tomorrow and find their way on through into the later stages. Maybe tomorrow they can find themselves a 3-1 scoreline. Maybe even if they go 2-2, they can find themselves at 3-2. And that doesn't matter. All that matters is they make playoffs. And here is the rundown for today.